One of the most important things that I talk about with respect to data science and machine learning for the built environment is ethics. The reason being is because data scientists have become the harbingers of all of our secrets, all of our cares, all of our wants, and all of our dreams. We didn't realize this, but by telling our stories and sharing what we wanted for the world, we would end up enabling this group of individuals with the power and need to enable our privacy, our consent, and protect us from biases that we didn't even know existed. In that way, data scientists are not unlike medical professionals. When you go to a doctor or when you go to a psychologist, these individuals take care of keeping our secrets, keeping our cares and our wants safe. As a data scientist, this becomes your responsibility because you learn so many individual stories across millions of records over time that your job becomes a duty to protect the consent, the bias, and the care of the world around us. As a data scientist, you'll be responsible for a great deal of data collection. And in doing so, we need to make sure of three things. The first is consent. The second is bias responsibility. And the third is exposure. When we think about these three, we think about really protecting individuals, companies, and other valuable information from being put into the wrong hands. With respect to consent, we need to make sure that every data that we collect is actually given to us at will. It's not pried from the individual or the company without their consent. So we need to make sure that everything is on the up and up legally. No taking without asking. Second, we want to make sure that there's limited bias. Now, we're humans. Humans have bias in everything. I have bias in the story that I'm telling you right now. I'm jazzed about data science. But we need to enable an understanding of what we are bringing to the table when we're engaging in an analysis, but also a data collection. Every story that somebody tells us, we are selecting features that we're going to commit and collect. Just the very action of doing that and making that selection is enabling some form of bias. You need to be mindful of what you're bringing to the table. Are you bringing only one view and it not enabling other views? Are you even asking that question? You should. Every time you do a data collection exercise, you should check it with others. The last is exposure. Exposure is something that happens often when we're talking about data collection. This means that there is a risk at some point in time that the data that you have collected, the special narratives that people have shared with you, or companies have shared with you, or cities have shared with you, has been exposed. What are you going to do through a duty of care to make sure that that doesn't happen to the greatest of your ability, through security measures, through care, but also, what happens if that does happen? How are you going to take care of that community of stakeholders that you've enabled through that data collection? For data scientists, we really need to think about the security of where we hold our data, especially in cloud-enabled frameworks. There, we need to make sure that our cloud systems are actually protected, that there's security in the data centers, that we're actually storing our data, and that we have encryption and password protection in gaining access to those facilities. The second is, for those who are giving us data, the stakeholders who are really, really relevant to us, we need to pay attention to the ability for them to erase their data when we want them to. Yeah, that's their right, that's their stories, and that's their narrative. So therefore, we need to protect them. And then lastly, but most importantly and always, we need to ensure the privacy in the event of any sort of breach. So no, personally identifiable information should go into the storage capacity. And secret details about individuals should not be kept on any server for any reason whatsoever.